Till the year 2000, Shyam Benegal made 19 films. Of them, for 17 films, including a musical Sardari Begum. His music composer was Vanraj Bhatia. Yet, for Zubeidaa, his 20th film, released with the turn of the millennium in 2001, Shyam Benegal opted for AR Rahman.
Vanraj Bhatia is a particular kind of composer. AR Rahman is another kind of composer. They excelled in their own specific ways. But you can't compare. For instance, to give you an example, you can't compare, and it would be silly to even attempt to compare, you can't compare Mozart with Beethoven. It makes no sense to do that. So we are talking about that, something like that. You see, because AR Rahman has a certain kind of genius in music, which is very different from what Vanraj used to have. Their musical universes, although they could recognize each other's musical universe, they were not the same. They're completely different. And the manner in which Rahman would work on the music, because see, Rahman's the method of using rhythms, melody, harmonies, were very different from the way Vanraj would do it. Because Vanraj's sense of rhythm, for instance, was never as strong as Rahman's was. And even melodies. You see, often what Vanraj did was that his melody was there, but sometimes it became difficult to discern the melody. Although it was always there. But when it comes to Rahman, it's very clear. I mean, because his harmonies are very evident in the manner in which he uses his harmonies. His rhythm is very dominant in the kind of work he does. And also, his melodies are things that are clearly memorable. So, their styles are very different. One may have a certain kind of subtlety in his work. The other person would have a kind of grandeur and strength of a different kind. So each composer has his own particular brand and style and character. So, but eventually, when you are comparing the two, I would think that for cinema particularly, for use in the cinema, Rahman was by far the most successful. Not only was he more successful, it used to work better, with films, whatever music that he worked out. Sometimes I felt that probably music was overpowering the film. But it's also true that, for instance, the recall, the visual recall of the film on the basis of the music came through like that in Rahman's films, where Rahman worked on a particular film. But for instance, the best example is for the films of Mani Ratnam. Rahman's music for Mani Ratnam, the recall value very high, visual recall value was very high. I think that is what was really made him so well known in the first place.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, press the bell icon, and stay entertained.